stopped and got some Subway. My friend hijacked my sub, and I was literally getting the sub made. I was putting mayo on it, and my friend walks up, and, like, as he's halfway down the sub with the mayo, he's like, oh, don't put mayo on there. And I look at him, I'm like, motherfucker, this is my sub. And he's like, bro, just give me a bite, give me a bite. I was like, I look at him, and he, like, stopped putting the mayo on, and I was like, you're a fucking traitor. I had said that to the worker. I was like, you're betraying me right now.
Yeah.
And welcome back to the Scheuneman Show. We are
Scheuneman
back
Show.
at it like a crack addict.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. We missed you guys. It's been kind of a minute. We took a bit of a hiatus. I'm sure some of the haters out there probably thought we were quitting. Nah. We just were taking a little chill pill. It was the holidays. We wanted to enjoy it, even though we did an episode on Christmas Eve. But I'll be honest, I saw a fuck ton of... Oh, shit. It's been 7 seconds. Who cares? I'll get into that. I saw a bunch of podcasts that I listened to taking, like, weeks off, and I was like, not fair. Not fair. I want to fucking take a week off. And so I was like, I mean, it makes sense. It's a new year. It's Christmas. Like, how many people are probably off work and shit. They're listening to podcasts, maybe less. And plus, we've been busting our ass, improving and shit. And so it was a bit of a Christmas present to us or something.
Yeah, it was nice. Well, we had the montage too.
Oh, well, that's the other thing. We needed some time to put that together because we had been thinking about doing that for a while. I don't know if we brought it up in the last episode, but we've been talking about that. Like, we were talking about that in like the beginning of December and shit.
Yeah,
so.
Making at least something cool.
Yeah,
with all the videos.
Because I mean, I think we did it really well. I mean, Marquise did all of it. I mean, we worked together on it, but I think you did a great job. And I really wanted to do it because not only do I like stuff like that, like you know, the highlights of podcasts and just like you know the best moments, but also it's a perfect year to be doing that because we started this year. It hasn't even been a full year, so. You're able to see us going from no video at all and just audio to video, but lower quality video, and learning how to podcast and just trying to like get better at it and stuff.
Yeah, we literally had no camera or anything. We didn't even have a soundboard or
no
mic.
Well, no, we started with the soundboard.
Did we have a soundboard?
We always had the soundboard.
Oh, no, it was the soundboard kept messing up. That's what it was.
Yeah, we had to get 3 different soundboards.
3 different soundboards.
That shit was insane. But, I mean, that's what makes it even weirder is this one has held up perfectly. So that means we got 2 duds. And we were just unlucky or whatever.
Yeah.
But,
I remember when you got that extension for the phone so we could have a camera.
Oh, yeah. And then I was just like, what? I don't even... Did we use that?
I don't think we
did.
We tried it or something like that.
Well, no, it was like a whole kit, and it had like a phone tripod, and we used that, but we didn't use anything else because they had like some like boom mic type thing, like a little fuzzy fur ball or whatever. I didn't know what that was for, and so yeah, we did use the phone tripod, and those. Looking back, it looks so much better now because it's like a 4K video. I think it's even has 8K capabilities, but
well, I know we used the phone, but did we use that little piece or not? I don't know if we.
No, because I was like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And, I also was like, because I think when we were getting that, Colin said he was gonna pick it up, and I thought what he meant was like something more legit, I guess. Like no shade on it, but like I didn't realize we were just gonna be using like a phone tripod, and I was like, oh shit. And so. Yeah, it was just cool to see. I mean, it was the best moments, so you can't see so much of us like getting better. And I mean, it wasn't really even the best moments because we wanted it to be something you could like watch and be entertained by quickly and just like enjoy. And some of our what I might call our best moments are like don't fit that fast like platform. And that style. Like I wanted to be like quick clips. So we couldn't include a lot of the moments that we might have wanted to. So we kind of just made it like a funny moments.
Yeah, it was
And
just like all the good times basically, and
yeah, dude, I was
fond
cracking
moments.
up laughing,
Yeah.
listening to that kid rapping. I still think
That was a
so
good time though. I
hilarious,
love
bro.
that. I
Call me
love that
Tupac
podcast.
without the two, and he
Like
trails
being in the
up.
mall, dude, seeing all the people pass by and like wondering what the fuck we were doing.
We
It
were
was
getting so many looks.
And then
Like,
we had some people that actually had the courage to come up and just say
yeah,
something goofy and shit.
we included some of them, but there were so many that we even took out. Like, just because
Thank you,
it
Bob.
it was strange because we didn't know what to expect, and so when people started just coming up and talking to us about stuff, it was like, okay, what are we saying here? What do we say? Plus, we were like low key drunk.
Yeah,
we
we were
were
having a good time, man.
we only had like one drink at Molly Woo's, and then we went over and did the podcast live, and then, but it was a lot of
loved
fun.
that whole time was just great. Like the whole pop up and everything.
Yeah, I
It was a
remember.
great time.
I remember kicking myself that we didn't do the podcast there each week.
Yeah,
because
we
it
should've.
went really well.
Yeah.
And it definitely drew a lot of attention there. Like when you put up a camera and, well, wait, no, that wasn't even a camera. But when you put up mics and a soundboard, and then you're already in the middle of where everybody's walking.
Dude, imagine if we had a camera though. That would have been so sweet.
You already know people would be walking by posing and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm almost tempted to like work out a deal with Polaris to like do it somewhere there, like just a random live podcast.
What about like outside that little walk area?
Yeah.
Go outside. That'd be cool.
We'd have to wait for summer if we did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was fun, and there were a couple times it was like over at my dad's, and I would be like in the bathroom or something, and I would hear him watching the video. He watched it twice, by the way.
Oh, really?
Which is a compliment. But he was cracking up laughing at like multiple different parts, and I was like, I think we might have done something right.
Yeah,
But
we did good on this one.
yeah,
We should make some more like side little montages and stuff, or like
oh
funny.
yeah.
We definitely had the idea of always like doing like a TikTok clip like of a funny moment and like post
Speaking
that.
of, we have a lot in the bank now,
Yeah,
so
we
we should
should.
put some of
We
those
should
on
really
TikTok.
start doing that. That'd be really cool.
But
So speaking of that, when we do that, you guys should check it out. And
yeah, you should go
give a follow.
fucking follow the TikTok. It's been a while since we put anything on there, but yeah, follow the TikTok, subscribe to here if you're not already, because I looked at our analytics, and there's about like 30% of y'all that are just watching and not subscribed, which is interesting. It's also interesting when you see people in different countries watching it.
That's
I'm like,
really
dude,
cool.
who?
That's cool. It's really,
Who are you? Who? You know that song?
yeah.
Yeah. Who's that by? The Who, right?
I don't know.
It is The Who. I got
But I
them.
do.
Somebody brought up the people or the band The Police, and for some reason I was thinking that that's who did it. But no, it's The Who. I figured it out. Anyway, we've got some new. A lot has happened since our last official podcast on Christmas Eve. We have mic condoms now. Let us know how you like it in the comment section. We really want you guys to be active in the comment section, because not only is it fun for now to look at, but also I want you guys to fight, because the algorithm likes it when you guys fight to the death. So bring up some politics, some hot button topics, and just fight it out in the comment section.
See, the thing though, it came with two, so we didn't know if we should double up or
Yeah, because typically when you're working with condoms,
single.
you're gonna rip something if you put two on.
It
It's
looks
not
clean though with the two. It's like one's like tighter than the other.
it looks like a shower cap, we were saying, and
Yeah.
it does look better with the two. It like tightens it up a bit.
Yeah.
But
I'm thinking we should
it
just like
does
get
look a
butt
bit
naked and
strange.
go do a pod in the shower or something.
yeah, I mean, I would be down to do a naked pod. We should
can
do an
match the mics.
OnlyFans. We'll
Okay.
start with
We could-
feet and then work our way up to like naked podcasts.
Yeah.
And dude, we have a podcast where
We can use
every
Feet
guest
Finder.
that comes on has to be naked.
Mm.
And so we could and for the first
What?
10 minutes we talk about every
Up there,
little
hold on.
detail of their body.
Time out.
All right, chill. All right.
Sure.
First of all, how was your New Year, Marquise? What did you do for
It's
your New Year?
pretty good so far. What did I do?
You
See,
celebrate?
the thing is, my mom's birthday is New Year's Day, so
Damn.
I get to have a blast and
So you
experience a new year and like have a good time out with my mom and
hold the fuck on. All right, it's our first podcast back, guys. We apologize.
yeah.
Obviously, as you see, there was no picture for that first 10 minutes, but
Embarrassing.
yeah, we were talking about how good it looks, and there's no.
But now you get to see how good it looks.
Yeah, see, it's nice, and we're back officially for the new year, officially up and running. We were
Julian
talking.
just looks at the damn screen and it's like blank.
Yeah, it's just like off. I was like,
My bad, I
oh
didn't mean to cut
shit.
you off.
No, you're fine. I'm the king of accidentally cutting people off, but
Aren't we all?
yeah, I'm trying to get better. We're all trying to improve here in our new year. That was my resolution. I'm gonna try and be less of a piece of shit.
Well, you fucking failed. No,
yeah, I know. I'm a
fucking
piece
failed.
of fucking
I
shit.
fucking failed.
I'm gonna
And
stab
you
myself.
fucking
I'm gonna stab myself live on the. All right. Anyway, so you got to celebrate your mom's birthday at the same time as you're celebrating going into the new year.
New Year's. So I get to
How old is
enjoy
mom now?
that. She's 40, big 40 this
wow.
year.
Passing over into a different decade.
Yeah, she's about
Are you? What like age are you most like scared to like realize you are? I don't think 40 is.
I was
I'm
talking
not
about
scared.
that the other day. I really started realizing that I wanted life to start slowing down, I guess I would say, at the point of like 17.
Yeah.
Is like when I really, like 16th birthday, I remember I was like, damn, time is really getting fast. And then 17th birthday came through and I was like, damn, time is really.
You know, they say that like each year you're alive, it doesn't go faster, but there's like evidence to support that it does feel faster for everybody.
Sure. There's
It's
so
not
much
like,
more going on, and
plus you're used to it and you're in a flow. Like and also as you grow up, especially the age we're at, we're so focused on so many things, and we're just like we're working our asses off, and we're getting used to life, and so it's just kind of gliding by.
But I think about that. I think like honestly, it hit me probably like 25, 30 years old is when I'm like, I don't know.
Really? I guess that's kind of, yeah, I don't want
like 30,
to be,
35 for sure.
I'm not looking forward to being like, oh shit, I'm 30 now. I can't say I'm in my 20s anymore. But
not yet.
I more meant like when you start to really get older and your body starts like deteriorating and you're like past that
like
half point, like
60.
Yeah, like I feel like I've heard from certain people that it's not a great time once you hit
I don't
that
know.
number.
Yeah, I've heard it. I don't know because people are different. I've seen like people who like age differently because people are different. You know, people do age different. And,
If
like,
you have
are
good
healthy.
genetics and also you're healthy, then being that age feels and looks so much different than some other people. Quick, what age do you think you're gonna die? Will be evident. This will mark down in history what your prediction is, or do you think that's gonna jinx you?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna just say I think I'm gonna make it up there. I think so. So I'm gonna say I'll probably die when I'm like 73. 73 or 80.
Yeah.
I've got.
You still want to be like frozen?
I don't want to be cremated.
Did you hear about 21 Savage?
No, what did he do?
Or saying that he said something. Don't quote me on this, but like something about him wanting to be frozen because he wants to see life.
Oh, he's like didn't he like tweet it out? He's like, I want to be frozen. They're gonna be able to figure that shit out later.
Yeah, something like that.
That was kind of my thinking. I know it's super expensive too, so I'm gonna have to like save up for that shit if I want to do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't know. Like, they might be able to fix what killed us, but I don't know how long it would take people to be able to like literally resurrect the dead. Like, you'd have to find a way to like tap into your not like personality, but you know, have you ever heard people talk about how like in the future one of like the things that they think they might be able to do is like take the essence of who you are, like pretty much like the energy in your brain, like your thoughts and how you work, like you as a like, you know, I mean, I guess a cheesy way to say it would be like practically your soul. Like they're talking about being able to recreate your personality.
Okay.
And
so like like
save, like it'd be like saving your game, and then you could just fucking put that save into a different body.
Yeah.
And but I don't know if you. I guess you'd still have the memories because the way they're talking about doing it, I think you would bring
That'd
your
be
memories
cool though.
with you.
I mean, like in a way, and so like if I could actually feel though, like it be me,
Yeah.
and I could keep living
Yeah, like
on,
you want to
living on,
remember
living
being
on.
you and not be like, how the fuck did I get here?
That'd be cool, you know. Like I could keep living on. I guess I don't know.
I think that's a
I
good.
mean, it's a mystery on like what's afterlife, and like a lot of people like are curious, like what goes on and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah, it's
but,
it's. I don't even like to think about it too
yeah.
much. It's pretty fucking
But
freaky.
it'd be a cool ass idea if I could keep on living and doing.
I don't think it's just black, cause, and like energy can't be destroyed like that. Like
Yeah.
there's something in us that has to go somewhere. I don't think it's just going into the fucking dirt
Yeah.
or like tapering off. I don't know. I also heard that they just started like the second run of human trials on this thing. It's an implant in your brain that's supposed to like cure depression.
That could help. That could be a big thing.
Yeah,
If
that might be sick.
that could make a whole new world, or like a whole different, like a different outlook, or
Yeah,
on
I mean,
things.
dude, if people didn't have to be dealing with depression, do you know how many more people would just be like out there with better attitudes and
exactly,
doing
yeah,
more things?
like for positive.
Because depression like holds you down. Like
Yeah.
like you can power through it and you can still do things obviously and you can still succeed, but it just makes it so much harder. And I feel like if you could cure depression, that's like up there with like curing cancer. Because depression is a fucked up disease. Is that is it a disease or is it a condition? I don't know, but it's fucked up because it's just like other people are just not even like it's like they're people dealing with depression like us, like you're thinking so negatively and you can't even stop it. Like you can't help yourself from having like intrusive negative thoughts, and it's just like such a downer.
Yeah.
But I
It
don't
is a
know.
downer,
I feel like that could, if they're doing human trials, that means they're pretty far along in it.
Yeah.
And but after watching Black Mirror, that type of shit makes me start
trial
thinking like,
shit, or what?
no, like you know what Black Mirror is, right?
Yeah, I've seen, but I'm not like.
It's like it's a show about technology going wrong, pretty
Yeah.
much. Like in the future, they'll have
So
these
you think
different
it could like
inventions.
make you mad?
Well, I don't know. Like imagine like if. I mean, the cliche is people talk about if you put a fucking electronic chip in your head, there's always a chance that somebody could hack it
Yeah.
and like take advantage of it. And so there's
course.
that. And then also anything that's in your brain, I mean, I'm sure they'll make it in a way that like minimizes this risk, but if there's something in your brain that has the opportunity to go wrong and it does go wrong, like that's going to who knows what that could do? Like is it going to shut you off or are you just going to be like loaded with depression? Like your depression is going to be worse than it ever was until you get it fixed? Not to mention, how do you like the surgery to get that in there? Like, I don't know if it's easy or what.
Oh, it's actually a thing they put in your.
I mean, it's in your brain.
Yeah, I thought it was maybe like almost like neural feedback. Like they could hook up something to your head and like.
Shout out to neurofeedback though. Like that, you've got to try it. It's
really
so helpful. Like it's actually weird, because it feels almost like what I imagine this chip does type shit. Like it kind of cures or subdues your depression for a while. But plus I can get you the hookup. But anyway,
always could use a hookup.
that would be. Would you try it?
Yeah.
Would you if
for
some
sure.
if no the neurofeedback? I understand why you thought I was saying that. No, but like if somebody came up to you like a legit person and you just knew they were legit somehow, and they said, we've done human trials on this cure for depression. We would like you to be the next trial of the new version that's like updated. Would you try it? And just for the sake of the argument, let's say that they're like, um 10% of human trials have had complications, and but 90%
The
of
rest,
people
yeah,
are
it's good.
are all good and their depression's cured indefinitely.
Um, I don't know though. I mean, I have depression. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah, we both have
But like,
depression here.
would it be? I mean, like, I've I've learned to cope with it in a way for so long that
It's almost empowering.
it's like I don't want. It's hard to say because I don't want something to take over. Like I don't want
You
that
want
to
it to
be
feel like
there,
you're doing
but
it
I'm already
yourself.
like I'm more so happy with a lot more. Like I feel like I'm happy with a lot more things than I was back then for
Your
sure.
your
With the
depression
depression,
isn't
like
bad enough for you to want to take that
yeah,
risk.
that's what I'm trying to say. Is like I mean,
I,
like I get it. Like I get depressed and stuff, and I have moments, of course,
okay, what about this?
but I
The
don't know if it would be worth me taking it like that.
What if it was something where you have a button and if you
It's
turn it
different
on,
because if it was just like a pill or something and a trial, just like, hey, take this pill, and then we could like prolong it.
yeah, like you don't have to be like, oh, if I don't like this, it's like it sucks because it's
Yeah,
stuck in
not
me.
put something in my head and then they're like, yeah, well, we could remove it and there could be a potential risk on that
Yeah,
or
because I mean, in the Neuralink, they try and say that it's like it's a super easy procedure where they pretty much just like cut your head open, not your head open. They like make a slit in the side of your head and kind of just jam it in there. They make it. They said the surgery to get a Neuralink is like 20 minutes.
I mean, if, yeah. I
But
don't know.
okay. So if
It
your
just
depression
depends.
isn't bad enough for you to want the cure for depression chip, what if it was this?
That's the thing. I wouldn't. I don't. I mean, it would be amazing to never be depressed. So,
But you are
but in
leaning
that
towards saying
way,
no.
though,
Yeah, no. It
it's
has
a
to.
hard thought. It's just a hard
What
thought.
about this? It's it's a chip in your brain still, and it's the same situation where like somebody comes up and like we've done these human trials, blah blah blah. 90% are successful, 10% have complications. They're vague about the complications. Who knows what those are? But instead of curing depression, it's you have a like a button. Like you, it's not literally like you can press your finger in a certain way, and it make like you're just happy, and you can turn it off if you want to be like back to normal. But when you press that button until you turn it off, you're literally just like happy as fuck. Would you do that?
Like, I might as well just go full out and never have it again if I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I think that the happy one might be more fun because like
You could
it might give you like
experience
some euphoric feelings. Like you'd be like geeking. Like imagine if you could like
Damn, I used to
capture that
be.
feeling of like this might be a shitty example, but I mean either like the feeling of like right after you nail a trick on skateboarding that you've been trying for, like that accomplishment, or that feeling of like you've been waiting for this
Yeah.
game for like five years and you're all excited to get it, and that feeling of like putting it in the PlayStation and like that excitement, like if you could capture that feeling and just be feeling that whenever you want to, that might be clutch.
It'd be
I would do it, by
crazy.
the way. I would.
See, yeah.
It's rough.
It is
I
rough.
fuck it.
hard
I'll
thought.
just say I would because that would be so helpful because the depression
help.
runs in my family like a motherfucker, and if I could eliminate that, then I feel like a lot of things in my life would go a lot smoother. Um, but all right,
But you gotta look at it as a good way too, because like getting into that sad moment, I would say, kind of pushes you to keep going in a way.
that's true because there is some value of like overcoming the negative feelings and like pushing yourself through something, accomplishing it, and then feeling good about yourself, and you feel that much better about yourself because
Yeah.
you also did it in like a rough time, and um, also
Yeah, it makes it
if
much
you're
more
always
exciting once you get that accomplishment too.
yeah, and it might be hard for us to comprehend, but like I feel like the way happiness and sadness and stuff like that works is if you're always happy and you never have like any low points, then happiness is going to become nothing. It's just your normal. Like you can't appreciate it. It's like when they say like you need rainy days to appreciate the sunny days. Like if it's always fucking sunny, you're probably gonna get sick of the sun.
Oh yeah.
One of the things, sorry to fucking jump topics so abruptly, but one thing that I wanted to get down in this episode is the adventures of the Hijinx festival that I just went to. I went there. I'll explain the whole thing, but like I went there and it was like the 28th to the 29th, and it's this EDM festival that I tried to get fucking Marquise to come too. We could be doing this fucking together, but work and money and bullshit. But anyway, it's this big EDM festival that's in Philly, and I've never been to Philly, and I've also never been a huge EDM fan, but there's certain songs that I like, and people put me on to some stuff, but I never really looked too deep into it, and like it wasn't one of my favorite music genres. But then when I started like getting prepared to go on this trip and to this festival and everything with my friends, I like started looking into certain artists, and I've after going to the festival / leading up to the festival, I've come to realize that I am now an EDM fan for fucking sure. Yeah, dude. Because certain styles of EDM I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, the depends on mood too. It really does. Like, you gotta be in the mood. So yeah, keep going.
No, you're fine. I do like there to be words in the song. Like I know that's kind of like some people would probably say like, oh, that's just like that's pussy EDM or something. But there's EDM songs. Like my favorite EDM songs have like really good like choruses and then like the crazy bass drops and the build ups to the verses and the crazy way they distort the voices and that's just always been like my favorite kind. And I didn't realize there was so much of that, and like how EDM artists will kind of just like not cover a song, but like remix it in their own way, and they'll like use vocals from different songs and then make their own thing. But yeah, I started like getting super into Flume leading up to it because Flume was there.
Flume's been around for a while.
Yeah, I didn't realize how like weren't they putting out songs in like 2012 or
6-7 years ago?
Yeah, when we were like
you gotta think. You remember Skrillex when Skrillex came out back in the day too?
I think stuff. I didn't listen to a whole bunch of Skrillex, but I think stuff like Skrillex is what made me think that I low key didn't like EDM, because there's certain styles of it that I don't fuck with. What's the difference between EDM and dubstep?
I'm not for sure, but I know like house music is more of like it's like don't.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a rhythmic thing, where you can just.
And EDM's like mashups and stuff, and like like what you were saying, like how they do mix-ups with songs and make stuff. And I think EDM or dubstep is like
it's way more
on this, but it's like a hard and like like
it's super electronic and shit like.
Yeah.
And I feel like dubstep definitely does have a lot less words. But sometimes I feel like, because EDM's kind of like a new music.
Yeah, EDM, EDM.
Wasn't I heard somebody was telling me like one of the first EDM songs was Satisfaction. Do you know that's not like?
Yeah, I know Satisfaction.
Satisfaction with the fucking power tools and shit.
Thing, like some EDM songs are like that. Like they get a build up and then they're like down, wow, wow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I like crazy build ups and like
how it is.
Crazy beat drops. I fuck with that. I just like some of it's just like way too much of the same like bump.
Then you got techno music too. And
yeah.
Like that, so.
See, I'm just at the surface of it. Like I'm not claiming to be some like super like
I love all music.
Crazy EDM fan. I try to too. There's the only music I really can't get down with is like heavy metal. It's never been my thing.
Like screamo. Probably.
Yeah, screamo. I like rock. I like crazy shit like that. But
rock, all that. Yeah.
I can't. I don't like it when people are just fucking throat fucking themselves. They're just like, oh, like, and I'm sorry. I know people like live and die for that shit, but my brother used to listen to it all the time, and I just could never get down with it. And they used to tell me, they're like, just give it 2 years, you'll be listening to it, you'll listen. I'm like, no, I'm stuck in fucking rap. I was stuck listening to almost only rap for like 5 years of my life.
Yeah, R&B, hip hop.
Yeah, seriously.
Rap.
And then I started to realize like I probably I like a rappy R&B.
Yeah.
And like I really like rhythm and music and I don't know. Some rap music.
Storytelling. I like.
That's one of my favorite things about rap music. The fact that like they say so much, and like even one bar, you can look deep into it and find a whole
Or
story.
relate or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus the skill of it. Like it takes what they do. People don't realize how hard that is.
It is. Yeah.
But anyway, this festival was a fucking crazy experience. It was like it's a tale for sure. So I'm gonna try and like start from the beginning and then take it all the way to the end. And I have a lot of nooks and crannies of this story that I want to get into. But yeah, it all started with my friends that I might be calling on here to get their takes on some of these things.
Oh, that would be cool.
I'll probably do it. Fuck it. So I went with a couple of my friends, and we had this group chat. You were in the group chat. We all tried to like plan it out and go together. And as we said, unfortunately, Marquise was occupied. We thought, and then you ended up.
I was
being
a
fucking
little.
off.
I was a little mixed up. I got a new job at the time and all this stuff. So
Yeah,
I mean,
big gray areas.
Yeah.
But so we planned it out, and leading up to it, I thought that we were gonna. It was like a 2-day festival, and I thought that it started like later at night, like 9 or 8 type
Okay.
shit.
Yeah.
And so I thought we would be leaving like the first day of the festival, so like on the 28th or whatever, and like leave early in the morning and then get there like right before. And the day before we were leaving, I find out that, oh no, it starts at like 4 o'clock and goes until 2 a.m. So we have to leave the night before, and they wanted to leave at like 2 a.m.
Okay.
And I was like, I mean, that fucks with a lot of my plans, but I guess I can try and do that. And so we all met up to go, like, we all rode in the same car, and so we met up and hung out for a little bit, got our stuff together, and started driving there at 2 in the fucking morning to Philly, which, by the way, I thought was like 4 hours away. It's like 8 hours away.
That's not that bad.
It wasn't a bad drive. It really wasn't, but I thought it was 4 hours. So I had to adjust my expectations of like how long it would take when we get home, all this shit. And as we're starting the drive, I'm like, guys, has anybody thought about the fact that like if we're leaving at 2, like we're going to get there at like pretty early the next morning, like
Yeah.
probably like 10 or 11. Can we even check in to the hotel that we got? And they're like, oh yeah, it's fine. We checked, and there's nothing on the website about what time that you have to check in. And remember that, like my friends were like, remember the times that we got to a hotel like way before check-in and they didn't care. And I was like, I mean, you're right, that's happened. So like I'm sure it'll be fine. Plus, we originally got this Airbnb that was like Airbnb or a nice hotel that was like 5 minutes walk from the venue, like right in downtown. It was like a perfect spot. Like literally, it was like golden. We were excited about staying there, and then they realized that they fucking got it for the wrong days.
Oh.
Yeah, so
No way.
they got this Airbnb for like the month after. They had the 28th and the
month
29th clicked,
Bro.
but it was in January.
Fuck.
And so they ended up having to call this place, and they were like, hey, we didn't mean to schedule it this time. Like, can we reschedule it to the days we meant to get it? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. All right, let me just look at a couple things here. Now, keep in mind, they paid like, I don't know. I don't know the exact number, but let's just call it $400
Okay.
for the Airbnb for like 3 days. So they're on the phone. They're like, yeah, we can reschedule. Okay, that'll be $1,400. And so the price just like tripled once they changed the date, because not only is it less ahead of time, like it's a month less in advance, but it's also like this festival is big. And so all the hotels and Airbnbs are charging more for those days, and like hotels are getting booked up, and we're like, oh, we can't pay that.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna pay fucking $1,400 for 2 nights or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts, and I was like, y'all are slow. And so we ended up having to get a Red Roof Inn Plus.
Huh.
Well, I've stayed in Red Roof Inns.
Red roof.
Red Roofs. I stayed in those before. I'm not too good for it, but I do know what the fuck to expect in a Red Roof Inn. It's nothing nice. And so, back to where we were in the story, we were driving there, and they're like, yeah, it's Red Roof Inn, and we've done this before at nicer hotels. They're going to be fine with us just checking in when we get there. And I was like, all right, I'll just trust you guys, because we're already an hour into this drive. And so we drive, and, I pass out like a couple hours into the drive, and that makes it go by pretty easy. Stopped and got some Subway. Fucking my friend hijacked my sub, and I was literally getting the sub made. I was putting mayo on it, and my friend walks up, and like as he's halfway down the sub with the mayo, he's like, "Oh, don't put mayo on there." And I look at him, I'm like, "Motherfucker, this is my sub." And he's like, "Bro, just give me a bite. Give me a bite." I was like, I look at him, and he like stopped putting the mayo on, and I was like, "You're a fucking traitor." I had said that to the worker. I was like, "You're betraying me right now."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "All right, fine. You can fucking have some bites of my sub." And so he hijacks my sub, and we get back to the car and keep driving. Long story short, he never fucking even bit the sub. Like, I offered it to him a couple times. He was like, "No, later." And then at some point, I was like, "Dude, this was always supposed to be my sub. I was gonna share it with you, but if you don't want to eat it, I'm gonna eat it because I'm hungry." And so he fucking took mayonnaise off of part of my sub for no reason at all. And so
you ended up eating it all?
Yeah, I just ate it all because I offered it to him a couple times. I was like, "Hey, do you want some of this?" He's like, "Oh, probably later." And then I fell asleep, woke up, was like, "I'm about to go get the sub," and he's like, "I'm not even hungry." I was like,
fuck.
Sucks to suck. And then I put it together. I was like, "Bro, you didn't even have to do that. I like mayonnaise." But and then another little gem from the road is we were stopped at this gas station, and we were like getting gas. I went to go get pods. The gas station worker was nice enough to dig around in the his back storage space for menthol pods, because they only had tobacco pods. And so I was like, "Bro, I'm sorry." Yeah, and then so we found them. And the boxes that Juul pods come in look weird as fuck, by the way. They're just like little slim white boxes. They look like they got like nothing on them. And there's like the outline of a pod like on the top of it. It was weird. But anyway, we're leaving the gas station, and fucking one of my friends gets dared by another friend to just yell at this guy that was like putting air or gas. He was putting gas in his tires or air in his tank. And we were driving by him, and I was fucking around. I think he was gassing up his truck or something.
Yeah.
But the reason I got tripped up on it is because he was on like at pumps that were like away from the other pumps.
Okay.
So I don't know. Doesn't really matter. We were driving by, and I think my friend like yelled out. He's like, "Yo, I'm trying to fuck you," or something like that. And he looks up. He's like, "What the fuck?" And dude, he fucking ran into his car so quick, and he was trying to follow us.
Oh,
like,
shit.
For a split second, you could see that that's what he's trying to do. But then like we got off onto the highway so quick, and it was just it was like not rush hour, but it was really busy out, and so we just kind of lost him in the mess. But he literally was like, "Bro, I'm not gay. I'm not trying to fuck you."
What? Screaming out the car?
Dude, he was pumping gas, and as soon as he
Oh wait, the
heard
friend
that,
was saying that, or they?
my friend was like, "I'm trying to fuck."
Yeah.
And then
The guy started
the
following.
guy
him?
was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And starts screaming. He like puts the gas thing back in the pump, and then just gets in his car and starts driving behind us. And then we
Bro.
just fucking dipped and avoided him.
That's funny.
But anyway, we get to the Red Roof Inn at about, I'd say, like 10:30, maybe 11.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, driving up to that area, you start to realize, oh yes, we certainly are in Philly now. Um, no shade on any residents of that area, but I just want to paint the picture. What parts of it that I saw was just literally everywhere you look is the hood.
Mm.
Like that's just how it looks. Even if it's not the hood, just the infrastructure, the roads, the buildings, the just everything. It feels like the hood everywhere you are. And so it's just like, okay, Red Roof Inn in the hood in Philly, and I don't know where the fuck we are. So this will be interesting. And so we get there like 10:30. There's fucking people in the parking lot of this Red Roof Inn like seizing up and fucking doing drugs, and I see
Damn.
people like shooting up by the dumpsters. Like it's
Oh.
gnarly, and I'm like, home sweet home. And we get there, and we walk up, and we start talking to this lady at the front desk, and we're like, hey, we're here. We have a room for such and such date. Can we check in? And she's like, oh yeah, check-in's at 3. And I was like, is there any way we could check in? Or nope. And I was like, okay, so like 3 on the dot. She's like, yep. I was like,
What
okay.
time was it?
This was at like 10:30 in the morning.
Oh my.
Keep in mind, all of us are on like, I think I got like 2 hours of sleep, if that, and that's car sleep. So my neck's fucking kinked up, and there's like people are sweaty. It's just not feeling good. Nobody's on any sleep. My fucking
Vibe is down at this moment.
Robert didn't sleep at all. Cole slept for like 45 minutes, and then Robert.
You guys were crammed in a car, weren't you? Like,
Yeah, it was like it was like being in a Honda Civic, but like a tiny bit bigger.
yeah.
But yeah, so everybody's fucking exhausted, and we're stuck in Philly at 10:30 with like a bunch of hours to kill. And so we're like, all right, fuck, I guess we'll just wander around. And we decided Robert needed to take a shit. So we went to like the closest grocery store.
Okay, yeah.
And then we all used the bathroom, and just Cole's walking through this grocery store with a fucking cowboy hat on, and people are like looking at him and pointing and shit. And I remember distinctly we walked past this group of people, and then like 5 seconds later you hear laughing, and he's like, "Motherfucker's got a cowboy hat on." Or like, "Where are these guys from?" Something like that. And so we're sticking out in this grocery store,
Yeah.
which is pretty much like a Philly version of an Aldi. That's like the kind of grocery store we're in. And we like went into the bathroom, all used the bathroom. At one point Robert needed toilet paper, so I like walked out of the bathroom, and I saw like a janitor's cart thing, and I found the toilet paper, and I was like, all right, I got
You
it.
went in there?
No, there was just a cart
Oh,
like,
a
right
cart. I thought
in
you
front
said
of the
card.
bathrooms. Oh, no. So there's like a cart in front of the bathrooms. Nobody was around it, and there was a toilet paper roll, and I was like,
take that shit too.
yeah, I took it.
Fuck.
But then I threw it at him over the stall.
Oh fuck.
So I kind of felt like a dick afterwards, but I was tired and I was joking around. But
Yeah.
he's like, bro, you know what the fuck's been on these floors? Like
Yeah, that's
needles
nice.
and shit. And so yeah, we all take shits in a grocery store, bonding experience, and then we leave, and now we're like, all right, we need to get alcohol because we were gonna get that anyway. We need to be able to pregame. We have time that we need to kill, so let's go buy alcohol. We go to this liquor store that's literally like a 2-minute walk across this parking lot. Like
Damn.
we're in this like this like square thing. It's like there's like a Walmart, another grocery store, and then like a strip mall of just random little stores and the liquor stores in the strip mall. So
Okay.
we walk in, we're all trying to decide on what to get. Everybody wants to buy cheap ass vodka. And I'm just like, fuck that. Can we please get tequila? Everybody's like, I ain't got money to spend on tequila. And I'm like, fuck. Where are the cut waters? Nobody has cut waters. I only got one left in the pack that I brought with us.
Damn.
And so I bought, I think they were Monacos,
Monica.
which are like shittier cut waters pretty much. They're like tequila seltzers,
Okay.
9%, something light.
Something light. What flavor?
I think there weren't many options, and at this point I was pissed off because I was realizing that funds were already running low.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, and I think I just got like a basic like lime margarita type flavor.
Yeah.
They were all right, but it's like a tall, skinny can, so it's like it's easier to drink through a cut water. But with these, it's like more sparkly and
Cut waters are good though.
yeah, and it tastes like synthetic and shit. I don't know, but I got those, and they got fucking Svedka or some shit. I was pissed. I was just tired and grumpy, but I remember being so pissed that they wanted to get cheap vodka because I can't stand cheap vodka.
Yeah.
I don't even need it to be like Grey Goose,
bro.
I know, but it's just rubbing alcohol.
It is.
And I had too many of those cheap bottles when I was a kid because me and my dumbass friends, not you, but like, we would just go buy 2 bottles of Orloff and finish them.
Oh, that was in there, bro.
And just get
Remember when I was down there
obliterated.
puking because we drank like 2 bottles, bro, just like dumbasses.
Dude, I don't know if I've probably brought it up on the show, but we would drink these bottles and then walk over to Dairy Queen, where one of my friends used to work, and we would just sit there and harass them in like a funny way, but we would just fuck with them until they gave us free food. We would just, at first it would happen quickly. They would be like, oh yeah, that's fine. We haven't seen you in a minute, blah, blah, blah. And we'd just be hanging out, making them laugh. And then like,
You guys are like, oh yeah, this is happening.
yeah, no, we started to count on it.
Yeah.
And we started to crave things from there. And we were kids. We had no money. And so we would just walk up there, and it would be like the 5th time that month, and they'd be like, bro, we're not giving you anything. And I'd be like, you're joking. Like, I would just start fucking with them. And eventually they would usually cave in and give us something. But anyway, I don't know where I got off. Oh, yeah. So we're at this liquor store. And another thing that happens is I go to buy these Monacos. Everybody else is in the car because they got their vodka and got out. I was looking desperately for something that I could buy that was half decent that I could afford at the time, because I was waiting on a paycheck the next day. So I like got paid the next day, but like before then I was like, my money's low. And so I was like looking, and I fell behind. Then I go to check out, and I walk up, and there's a lady at the register, and she literally just acts like I'm not there. Like I said like something to her, and she's like, and just like nods her head, and she's just like acting like I'm not there, and she's like typing stuff on the register. She's like trying to do something. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm standing there for like a minute, and then another girl comes over and starts talking to that girl. I'm still just standing there with these Monacos.
Yeah.
And then they fucking pop open the register and start counting it. They
What?
counted the whole register in front of me, had all their fucking bills laid out on the counter in front. And the sleep deprivation, the anger, the grumpiness, the fact that I was drinking these shitty Monacos, I just kept fucking thinking, I could just fucking snatch all of this in front of me. Because it was literally like they had just hundreds, 50s, 20s, 10s, 5s, 1s, all just laid out. And like the door was like right there. I literally could have been and just ran. I was like, these girls don't have guns.
Where would you have gone, bro?
I would have never done that, but I
mean, if you
remember
did.
thinking that. But where I would have gone, they don't know the fuck I am. We have Ohio plates. And the car was parked away from me. I would have just fucking ran out the door, zigzagged around the parking lot, got into the car, and said, let's fucking go. And people would freak out for a second, but then they'd be like, bro, you just made this trip lit. But Anyway, I was just getting pissed because they chose to count the register right in front of me.
Hell yeah, I'm like
And
trying to get my
took
shit
them,
and go.
It took like 5-10 minutes, and I'm just standing there. There's nobody else in there.
Yeah.
And I know that my friends are going to be like, bro, you slowpoke, you take forever, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, no. They counted the register. Anyway, I get those fucking Monacos. And at this point, I'm just, once again, I'm exhausted, no sleep.
Yeah.
And also, you got to remember, the thing starts at 4. We didn't really plan on getting there right at 4.
3.
Yeah, so there's no time for naps.
Nah, yeah.
But so we get the drinks and we're just chilling for a second, and then we're like, all right, fuck it, let's go to the Walmart. And we were trying to like, Robert's girl wanted to fucking find like face glitter, and
That'd be cool. Yeah, to put on at the show.
yeah, she wanted to get like rave stuff, like face glitter and makeup, and then we wanted to get bandanas. So we just start like, and we have time to kill, so we just walk into this Walmart and we're just wandering around looking for that stuff. And then that's when I start to realize like the etiquette in a grocery store over there was so much different, because it was, you know how like here, if you're like standing in the hall, not in the like walkway on your phone or something,
Okay, yeah.
and somebody's like behind you
Yeah.
with a cart, they would just go around you or something.
Yeah.
Here they'll like tap you and be like, "Excuse me," and there's room to go around everything. They'll just like move out of the way, or people would just come right at you and you'd have to dodge them. Like they're just aggressive fucking shopping cart drivers. Like
Just different, huh?
yeah, it was, dude. Just everybody seemed mad. Everybody was like, just pissed. It seemed like, and it was crazy. People watching too, like people in like, fucking PJs with holes in them, fucking like mud on the ankles, and like people wearing like tank tops, and they got like half a head of hair, and it's like 30 degrees outside. It was interesting.
Yeah.
So we're still killing time, and then, I mean, it's pretty much just a lot of that. We eventually go to this. Cole wanted to get these certain kind of beers, so we went to like a place that he thought would have them.
Okay.
And I mean, they did. We went more alcohol shopping, and I found these fucking slushies.
Ooh.
That were like they were like spiked slushies, and I think one of them said like 15 or 14%. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna try one of these.
I mean, it's better than your 9%.
Yeah, and plus I love frozen shit.
And it's
I'm a
it's like
sucker for it.
margarita.
And
Frozen
they had all these different flavors, like cherry limeade. They had like cotton candy, and like
Ooh.
just so many different flavors and all different percentages. And they were like $3 or $4,
That's cheap as fuck.
and they're big. And so I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna get one of these. And I get 2 of them, one for me, one for Robert. And I go up to buy them, and the lady at the checkout is like, "Oh, these, the one and dones, I call them." And I'm like, "Yeah." So I was like, "All right, if
Yeah.
you say so." I was like, "Let's see about it." And so I buy them and go out to the car, and I just fucking pop a straw in it like pretty much right away, because we're just sitting in the car doing nothing. And so I was like, I'm just fucking gonna drink. At this point, it was like 11:30 or noon.
Okay.
And as soon as I start drinking it, I realized like this is pretty much a frozen Four Loko. That's what it tasted like.
Yeah, so it's like
It was all right, but you know that like fucking tinge flavor. Like there's like a flavor that's in the background of every Four Loko,
Okay,
like
yeah.
cheap malt liquor, like
Yeah.
malt. Like it had some flavor that was like, this is Four Loko, and then it was mixed with like stuff that tastes decent.
okay.
So it was all right, especially when you mix it up. But she was not kidding, dude.
Oh, it was like
I fucking drank that thing and I was zooted, dude.
Oh,
I was so
fuck.
drunk.
We need some of these here, bro.
Yeah,
Like, what-
dude. I think they're
What?
probably illegal here.
Bro.
But I was shocked because it's like I've drinking the White Russians. Those are 12.5%. It's not that far off.
Yeah.
But I drank this. I don't know if it was the sugar or the lack of sleep or just she wasn't kidding and it's just more.
Oh, this shit had you gone.
I was the most fucked up I got that whole time, except one other occurrence. But the most drunk I got that whole trip
Damn.
was
You
that
didn't go
morning.
back and get any
That
more?
morning at fucking noon. So, but anyway, I wanted to one of the days. I wanted to, but these motherfuckers told me we could, and then they were like, "Actually, we want to go to a like." They just switched the plan that we arranged of like going back there and getting one
Yeah.
to like something else that they wanted to do, and I was like,
Okay.
whatever. It was hard not to be like, bro. And then they did the same thing again when I wanted to get Wawa before we left. I wanted to go get this thing at Wawa because we were going to eat at Wawa this one time, and then
Yeah.
we started to order, and then everybody was like, I'm not in the mood for this.
Oh.
And so when I was like, hey, do you mind if we go to Wawa tomorrow before we leave because I want to try that? And everybody was like, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. It's cool. We go, that day comes and they're just like, no, we want to go to McDonald's. And I'm like, can you just stop there? No.
Drop me off, bro.
I was like, bro,
Damn.
fuck you. That's the moments where I'm like, I need to be mobile.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I need to be able to
Go
do
rent
what
a car real quick.
Yeah.
Just
Fucking here's a fucking.
Hey, bro,
few
you got a
hundred.
bike?
Yeah. They didn't have no fucking. I didn't see any birds or like any scooters there. By the way, like I don't think they do that there. But
I really want an electric skateboard. That'd be cool.
bro, what? Are you talking about the one with the one wheel in the middle?
No. Like it's an actual skateboard. It's got a remote and just goes fast.
Jesus, bro, no speed wobbles.
Hopefully not.
Yeah,
You
bro.
better be a professional.
Imagine if they set it up like, cause how many miles per hour do you think you have to go before you start getting speed wobbles?
Fuck, like 10, 15.
Yeah, like not even that much. So imagine they design it to go like 40, but they're just like, yeah, it still has speed wobbles.
Well, you gotta think longboards. They're designed to not really wobble. So
It
I think
probably
a bigger
is. It probably
board,
does look like
bigger
a longboard,
wheels.
too.
Yeah, it'd be alright.
Dude, I always wanted a banana board.
Oh yeah, those
Literally
things
the
are
ones that look
fast,
like a
though.
banana too.
Oh, it looks yeah.
Dude.
I thought you were talking about the little.
Those things are sweet
Those-
too, but they would. I used to see these longboards, but it was like
Banana.
the deck had a banana design on it, so
Yeah.
it just looked like a whole banana. And then I might be wrong about this, but I swear I saw some that low key had the shape of a banana as well.
I've seen some with like shapes, but yeah. Dude, I saw this. I saw this truck driving, and you know, like a fender is right, like you're on your car, like.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I zoned out for a split second.
But fucking this dude had a front fender of a guitar and put it on the fender of his car, and
Oh,
it
that's
said like
sick.
Fender or something. Like that. It was
Double fender. But yeah, what were we
or
talking
like the
about?
Fender brand of I don't even know.
What the fuck were we talking about?
Fucking.
Anyway, I was
said that so wrong.
no, you're fine. My dad used to have Fender guitars. Anyway, we were ADHD. We were waiting, trying to kill time, and really the only other event, like we went to Denny's and literally all shared an app sampler. We were all down bad. We got
Like we don't do that already at like Sheets.
yeah, but it was like what me, Cole, Robert.
Well, Robert was telling me that he was down bad on money before y'all even left. So.
Yeah, because I didn't realize. I mean, I don't want to call anybody out, but like, I didn't realize
Like the
until I
tickets were
got there
expensive
that
and everything.
everybody was down bad. Like everybody, nobody, because everybody was either waiting on a check or had spent most of the money getting there or something.
Yeah.
And like for the first day, everybody was fucking like down bad. Like, and so and I started to realize that I was like, oh, I'm probably not gonna go to no restaurant or Philly cheesesteak or nothing. But so yeah, we went to Denny's and just fucked around, and I was sloshed for a good bit of it. We were just driving around looking at how crazy shit looked, like just sketchy people. There was some guy like he was wearing like shorts and that's it, and he was like fat as fuck and had a mohawk on roller skates. And I was just wondering what his mission was, but he was having a good time in the Walmart parking lot. But I
I was
remember,
just riding around though.
yeah, he was just fucking in the parking lot on roller skates, just fucking looking
Yeah,
yacked out of his
must have.
mind.
Well, you said it was cold, wasn't
It was pretty much what it feels like here most of the time, but it got into like the 40s and maybe low 50s because it was right around the time that the weather started to come around.
it? Yeah.
But we go after Denny's. It's like 2 o'clock or 2:20 or something, and we're like, let's try it. Like if they might let us in because it's literally like 30 minutes until check in.
Mm.
And so we go back to the Red Roof Inn, and then some crazy shit happens because me and Cole are like sitting in the car talking and just hanging out, and Robert and his girl went in to go get like see if they had the room, and oh, actually no, I'm fucking up because before the story I'm about to tell happened, me and Cole went in there and asked about it, and they were like no, 3, and I was like it's 2:30, and they're like 3. I was like, all right. At that point, I was annoyed. I was like, really? 30?
Yeah.
I know it's not going to be clean in there. I know it's not packed here either. I know you have a room. Why can't we just fucking get a room?
Yeah.
But she was just adamant. I thought it was going to be a
3.
different worker, too. It was the same girl.
3, motherfucker.
3. She was getting fed up. Anyway, so come around to 3 when it's time to get the room. Me and Cole, we're all sitting in the car, and then they realize it's okay, we can get the room now. So Robert and his girl go to get the room, and me and Cole are talking for a little bit. A few minutes passes, talking for a little bit. A few minutes passes. 10, 15 minutes pass, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? And so one of us texts the group chat, and we're like, did you get the room? And then Robert's girl texts back, there is no room.